Good evening. Ira Epstein of Linn and Associates with your metals market wrap-up, and this is for Tuesday, and we are now at the 24th of November, 2020, 6:40 p.m. Central Time. Well, we've taken off again in the stock indices. You're stable in the metal markets. Copper market's still staying very nice and strong. Platinum acting good too. Bitcoin, not bad. Look at that, nearly $20,000 in it. And most currencies up against the dollar tonight, but not very much. On the energy markets, you're going to see why I think they're suddenly running into an area of resistance. I'll display that with you. Bonds and notes. The big question is, and we had this rally today, as you know, because several events they converged over the past 48 hours. We had the announcement that there's more COVID-19 vaccine, the new one from AstraZeneca. Then we get the idea that from yesterday that the GSA has been given the go-ahead to start the transition process, which means President-elect Biden's team gets brought in, which is another way of saying, since the president gave his okay, he lost the election. Is he going to ever come out and say I lost? Probably not. I think he'll stick with the attitude that he's coming back, he's going to run again, he wasn't beaten, it was taken from him. Whatever, he gave in on that. That's important. So you put all of this together with the different committee people, well, cabinet choices that Mr. Biden is choosing, and you've got some people that can definitely pass muster. You think the Senate's going to give Miss Yellen a hard time? I have my doubts about it. John Kerry, I have my doubts about that too. There are others that they'll wait on, but these are not the Elizabeth Warrens. These are not the Bernie Sanders, the OCOs. We're not seeing names like that, which means it's more center line. Center line might work better to get the Senate and the Congress, Senate and the House working together to get passage of not only that, but maybe other items. Plus, I think the marketplace loves the fact that we have an ex-Fed chair, going to be Treasury Secretary, that gets along with our Fed chair. That's pretty good. I didn't say Mr. Mnuchin did not get along, but this is a different perspective. It's one thing Mr. Mnuchin, who I think did a hell of a job. It's different when you're a Fed chair taking that position. The two Fed chairs are really understanding everything about each other. And I think the market likes that. So that's what I think went on. Keep in the back of your mind, we had heard if Biden wins, the markets are going to come down, blah, 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 the increases in taxes. Well, the first reality of it is that's not the case. But remember, we were also taken back when President Trump won. So markets don't always get things right. The press likes to say a lot of things that don't come out. When I look at gold, it has been in a collapsed state. The market has gone now from this 2,000 level back for all purposes to 1,800. You're in a down thrust in the market. When we take a look at the daily bar, I don't think, if you do, write me and argue with me. I said if the market can crack this level, and I expected it to happen, I thought that the algos would probe it to see what the market's made out of. Go look at what I said in the past few days, and this is where you were. This is Friday. This starts the Monday, and this is what's happened. So they're running those stops. That's not to be unexpected. So we've had a breakout to the downside. What is the trend? It's clearly down. Lower highs, lower lows, a breakout on the downside. All right, where's the moving averages? You're under the 18-day moving average. Remember what the 18-day moving average is. I call it the line in the sand. I like a neutral zone on a chart, and many other traders do too. Moving averages are not forward-looking indicators. They're backward indicators. They're looking at, in this case, 18 days back plus the current quote. So it's 17 days plus the current quote to make it live on your chart. It's backward. It's not telling you, oh, the market's going to go to that price or not. But it is a filter. And I use it as a filter that when you're under it, bearish things are likely to happen. When you're over it, I have an upside bias. I'm looking for bullish things. Does it always work that way? Of course not. But you need a filter, and that's the one that I use. So I've got the swing line down, the bias down. Where might this market be headed? Well, 200-day average is always a possibility since it's a big moving average under the market. More likely is the Bollinger Band, which you hit today for the first time. I'm going to take this off. You haven't been down there since this big down day, and you finally broke out of the range. I think today the pros are taking their money off the table at that lower Bollinger Band, and the market's going to try to move to the right-hand side. There's a huge difference between taking off shorts and buying long. I'll let you figure that one out, but I know there is. As for momentum, are we going to embed? You can't count Wednesday's action. We just opened in the past hour and a half, 2 hours. So both numbers on Tuesday were under 20. They were not under 20 on Monday. Most you can have is 2 days in a row under 20. That's still an oversold condition. You got to get to 3 to embed. I still say that's where I think the pros are going to take money off the table. The gold-silver ratio is finding some support for silver right here. Why? I want you to take a look at the lower Bollinger Band. I have been saying we're caught in this sideways action. The last important break low in silver was 22.62.5. When I did my silver report 2.5 or 3 weeks ago, I made mention of that. It was a real important number. That is the number that I can't have taken out, otherwise it's going to rebuild the whole chart again. It can do that, but it would be a nice number not to take out. And what did you hit today for the first time? Let me just open your eyes up. Since October, I want to take that back, October, when you hit these Bollinger Bands, you only got to the top one, you had not hit the bottom one. I teach, doesn't mean I'm right by the way, that the first time you hit a Bollinger Band upside or downside, the smart quote-unquote money is moving money out of the marketplace. I don't know what they'll do with it. They may want to sell the market at a higher level, but in an oversold condition, I don't think they're getting overly eager. In the copper market, I'm just plain out bullish. You keep hitting the upper Bollinger Band. You don't back off in this market. That's bullish. Now, are you developing an embedded reading? You cannot count today, so get rid of today. Both numbers on Tuesday over 80. Not so the day before. You're just overbought. So you come down, you're coming into support in these levels. I think the pros are looking at that, but I don't think they're aggressively piling into the copper in an overbought market. Get embedded, and I think they will. In the platinum market, what do we have here? Well, can't count today's action. Both numbers over 80. Both numbers were not over 80 on Monday. They were the day before. They were the day before. They weren't the day before. You're not embedded. So you have a market that's overbought, running to the upper Bollinger Band. Support, you can see, you don't want to take out these numbers, and it's a son of a gun to the upside. And the palladium is still stuck, as it's been for almost 3 weeks, just sitting here, or 2 weeks. I think that's what it is, about 2 weeks. The first time it hit that 18-day average, I remember it was up here. I had a customer, a subscriber of ours. He had been caught in this market, and he asked me what I thought the market was going to do. I wrote him that the first objective was to get back to via the overbought to the 18-day average for the market to regroup, and then maybe it could eventually get to the 100-day, but it never threw out a sell signal. It gave you the break, and it's gone dead in the water since then. Last, in the dollar index, we have a market that's had an outside day up, and now we're coming into this playing ground. If you take out 9,200, I think the lower Bollinger Band comes into play. Why? Well, remember, we have not reopened yet, so we have both numbers under 20 today, both under 20 on Monday, and both were under 20 on Friday, both under 20 Thursday. You have a fully embedded reading. So embedded readings tend to draw markets down until they're lost. So if you can crack through that, outside day up, take out that number, wouldn't surprise me that you make a run for the lower Bollinger Band. So I put it together. I'm basically bearish the dollar, looking for other things. Each morning at 5:40 in the morning approximately, I begin recording for you and reviewing 40 charts at a time, day charts. The idea is, I'm hoping you have an idea of your own, and you're saying, I wonder what he thinks of this chart action. And that's the idea there, to get you going with what I see. Now, I'm going to cover the shorter term, the swing trades, and longer term, because I do cover weekly charts. Every Saturday, you get a weekly chart, and if I see one that's important during the week, I bring it up. Included in this subscription, our phone app. It works on both Android and Apple systems. Each video is going to cover and start with the news affecting the market right now, and I will cover all these markets in this exact sequence. Now you might say, you know, Ira, all I want to do is trade the metals. You take your sidebar on our website, you just move it. It's going to light up and it's going to say stock indices, currencies, interest rates, metals. Let go, you're there. You want to watch everything, you've got it. You're not interested in grains or meats. Terrific. But you want to know what's going on in the energies, and you like the first four. Read to there, move your cursor, you're there. Each video is anywhere from 15 to 25 minutes long, typically. I just did one tonight for the spider ETFs because we had one of those. It's 30 minutes long. So if you think I'm giving you, I'm just going to run through these charts, it's not what it is at all. It's about having you have more confidence in things you want to do. I'm not trying to manage your money. In fact, I'm not going to. I'm not wanting to be necessarily the guy that you're talking to every day. Do I talk to you? Yeah, if you call, I will talk to you. The cost, $7.95 for 30 days. Get serious. Can't be a lot of money. What else? After that, you can either buy a one-year subscription. Goes to $13 a month. You pay it all up front, though, and you get that. No refund on that. Or you can stay either one of these that you want. What else can you do? You go to our website and you find out about it. Go to research. One last favor. If you like this video, give me a like. I'd appreciate it. You take care.